We're missing someone today. I only see 7.
Dante. And Cedric, you need your camera on.
Cedric, please put your camera on. I don't like that new picture you have on there, Cedric.
I don't either.
Okay. So where's Dante, Cedric? Unmute your mic, Cedric.
Yes.
Where is Dante there? Is he with your dad? Is he with your dad?
Nope.
Where is he?
Playing games.
Dante's playing games?
Like video games.
Dante, you need to get on class time.
No, he's refusing.
And may I ask why that is happening?
I don't even know. He just every time he's at this period, he hates being in this period. That's what he always tells me.
He doesn't like social studies?
No.
All right. Dante, I'm going to talk to Mrs. Winters and have her come talk to you and see what we can do about this, okay?
He's not near his computer.
He's not at his computer?
No. He didn't even hear a word that you even said.
He what?
Cedric, why are you laughing?
It's just really funny that Dante just does this. I'm not even lying. This is all true. But
well,
that is actually true.
I'll talk to Mrs. Winters. I'll be seeing her at 1 o'clock today, and I'll talk to her about that.
Okay.
Dante, we may set up. Can you get him to come to talk to me? I'll set up a time that I'll meet with him separate for social studies.
Oh no, he's in the bathroom now. Like he just went in there.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, I guess I will talk to Mrs. Winters and I'll get a hold of your dad and see what we can do to help him out. So he doesn't like Canada, no? Do you guys like Canada?
I love Canada.
Okay. I think we're ready for a slide project. Do you have any suggestions? I haven't really. We've already did a slide project on Canada, right? Cedric, please put your camera on. I don't want to look at this picture. I don't like it.
We could pick one really interesting thing about Canada and then talk about it.
That's true. Didn't we do a slide on Canada already?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we did.
Good.
How about if we wait till Mexico and do slide? Mexico's our next unit of study.
Mexico would be really fun.
Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mexico.
So we're gonna finish up the reading on today on Canada. We'll have a test on Friday, a quiz on Friday on lessons 2 and 3, and we're gonna move on to Mexico. So I think think that in the back of your head, think about Mexico and how you'd like to, what project you'd like to do on Mexico. Because I think you might be able to find something nice on Mexico. Cedric, could you please put your camera on? I don't like this picture. And Cassie, you need to put your camera on. And Matthew, okay. I see your clock and I don't see you, Matthew. You need to fix your laptop.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cedric, put your camera on. And Cassie, put your camera on.
I resubmitted my study guide.
Okay, I'll check it. Okay. Cedric, get a different picture on your little circle. I don't like that one.
I'm sorry. My internet just blocked me out. I'm sorry.
I see you're back. That's good. Okay. So we read yesterday, Serena read to us about the role, Canada's role in the world. We've talked about NAFTA and the USMCA before, so we know about that. I don't think I really have anything in the notes for a quiz, except I might ask you about the Canadian economy. We really learned about what is the things that help their economy. Can anybody remember if you talk about Canada's economy, what were some of the things they said help to boost their economy? How do they make money? How do they make money to survive? What can you remember? Nicholas? Nick Marks?
Yes.
Did you want to answer? You unmuted your mic.
The mic's been muted.
You're
Sorry.
muted again. Okay.
Cassie, do you know something that Canada does to help boost their economy?
Me?
Cassandra, yes.
There's very little unemployment.
Okay, but why? How do they make the money? How are they making their money?
They have jobs.
Yes, but the question is in what field? How is the economy why are they doing so well? What's doing good in Canada? Serena, go ahead.
For peacekeeping.
Okay, but that doesn't help the economy. I like the stuff about peacekeeping. I think that's really cool. I'm liking a lot about Canada. I like that video we saw about their grocery stores not using plastic, how they have gotten around that. But that's not what
Trade.
Okay, what is it that they said? All right. Okay, let me read this. More goods and services flow out of Canada, exports, and more goods and services flow into Canada. Much of this international trade consists of exporting Canada's natural resources. So one of the things, Serena is right, is exporting, and you might want to put this in your notes right on your study guide, exporting natural resources. That's one thing that helps their economy. Another thing.
Oh,
Go ahead, Nick. Do you have something else you want to say?
No, no, it wasn't important. Sorry.
Okay. Another thing that helps their economy is we found out that they're pretty good with technology. They have technology. A lot of Canada is currently second in the world in terms of total internet users, despite its small size. So most of the people are on the internet. So technology is something that helps their economy. Technology. And like Cassie said about their highly skilled, which allows them to be a low rate of unemployment. So they have a lot of employment. They're highly skilled workers. Okay. All right. So those are the things to look at in economy. We're going to go to page 182 and 183 today, and we're just going to read up on the cultural mosaic. Okay, so page 182 in your book, I'm going to have Nick Marks read first.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is Nicholas Willoughby not here? Oh, there he is.
No, his internet does that every now and then. It goes.
I know, he has trouble. Nick, are you with us now? Put your camera on.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead, Nick, read. We're on page 182, Nicholas.
The cultural mosaic. As discussed earlier in this chapter, Canada's population is a mix of Indigenous people, descendants of early colonizers from England and France, and immigrants from other countries. Although English and French are Canada's two official languages, Canada is a plural society. This means that its distinctive cultural, ethnic, and racial groups are encouraged to maintain their own identities and cultures. Canada adopted the policy of multiculturalism in the 1970s. Multiculturalism encourages Canadians to maintain the cultures and traditions of their parents and grandparents. Can I keep on reading?
Do you feel like it?
I feel like reading today.
Go ahead.
Canada has a long history of immigration. In the 1800s, jobs to construct railroads and availability of land created opportunities for citizens. Canada's population became more diverse after the 1960s when Canada changed its immigration laws. This increase in the racial diversity of Canada's immigrant groups have continued in the recent years. In 2004, nearly half of all Canadian immigrants came from Asia and Pacific Rim countries. The presence of more people born in Asia, Latin America, and Africa has risen dramatically as economic, environmental, and political problems in the world continue.
So many people came and wanted to immigrate to the United States. You seeing that the same people are also immigrating to Canada because of the good economy, low unemployment, job opportunity, land opportunity, the same things that they look for in the United States. Nathan, would you like to read? Cassie, pay attention to your book, please. Nathan, would you like to continue on from there?
Where are we?
Page 182, the last paragraph.
Today, the most diverse cities in Canada are Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Toronto, Canada's largest city, is one of the world's most cosmopolitan and ethnically diverse metropolitan areas. More than half of all school children in Toronto speak a language other than English at home. Along with their descendants of earlier European settlers, this city is now home to immigrants from Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean, and Latin America. Other, smaller cities also attract new immigrants. Immigrants account for 70% of all labor force growth in Canada, a proportion that experts project will grow to 100% in the next 10 years. Maintaining a distinctive Canadian identity remains one of Canada's biggest challenges. American movies, television programs, and pop music flow easily into Canada and dominate its media. Efforts to curb the Americanization of Canadian culture include the law that requires that Canadian TV and radio programs contain a certain percentage of Canadian content. There has also been an explosion of Canadian fine arts, films, television, and popular music during the past 30 years that help carry on an identity and values that are uniquely Canadian.
Can you hear me?
As Canada moves forward, its geography and the diversity of its people.
I guess not.
Hang on a minute. Listen, what do you think about what you just read? TV and radio programs are by law have to contain a percentage of Canadian content.
I wonder what they mean by Canadian content.
It means that they want Canadian produced TV shows, movies, films on the TV, not only American films. And for example, I've been watching on Netflix a series. It's of course it's about horses. You know me. It's called Heartland. It is actually produced in Canada. It's a Canadian show. But what Canada is saying, by law, they have to have a certain percentage of Canadian produced shows on their TV. How do you feel about that? Nicholas, go ahead. Willoughby.
What?
Go ahead. What did you want to say?
Oh, I said my sister watches that show that you watch.
Oh, does she? How do you feel about the government saying you have to show that certain percentage? Do you think that's right? Do you think it's wrong?
I think it takes away from some of their freedom.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
Well, I kind of think it would make more sense because they don't want to be. They're kind of doing that. It's kind of more of staying in their own country kind of deal. They want to stay in their own country, not be doing stuff that Americans would be doing. They want to stay in their own country. It's more about the independence thing to me, is what I think.
Anybody want to respond to that? No opinions here today? Okay, what about you, Matthew? What do you think? Do you think it's good that they're making a law that they have to keep some Canadian shows on?
Yeah, because I mean, we're all kind of together, so I think it's good, and plus it's their place, so I think it's good.
Okay. I think you can look at it both ways. You can look at Nicholas's way of saying, well, that's taken away some of our freedoms. If we were in the United States, we would probably complain about that. But also you look at what Nick says, they want to keep their culture and the Canadian part of them alive and well. They don't want it to be overtaken by American influences. So it's hard to say either way. Okay, Nathan, do you want to finish up that last paragraph now?
Sure. As Canada moves forward, its geography and the diversity of its people continue to be important to its future. Managing regional economic differences, maintaining independent foreign policies, protecting culture, and balancing trade and political relationships with the United States remain important.
Okay. And the reading check says, what is a plural society? Canada is a plural society that it's allowing the distinct cultures to keep their own identity. I don't think I'll ask much about that on the test. Okay. Tomorrow we'll just kind of review a little bit. And Nathan, do you have any other slides you didn't get to show us yet?
No, I was done with it.
Oh, that last one was your last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have any homework. Just prepare yourself for your test. Cedric, you have a study guide you need to get done. If you need help, come see me at 2 o'clock. We'll work on it together. Okay? You're muted, Cedric.
There's a test today?
No, the test is on Friday, but you need to kind of review. It'll be on lessons 2 and 3. But you have a study guide that you didn't get done, and you need that study guide to help you study. So I can, if you want to stay for a couple minutes and work on it now, or you can come see me at 2 o'clock and I'll help you with it.
I'll come see you at 2 o'clock.
Okay, I'll see you then. Not 3, 2. 2.
I know, 2 o'clock.
Okie doke. Okay. Well, okay, then I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have anything else? Okay. If any of you are interested in an activity like Nathan did, if something is interesting you about the country we're studying and you want to do your own like research on something that's exciting to you, like Cassie liked the polar bears on the Hudson Bay. Maybe she'd want to do a little bit of research on the polar bears on the Hudson Bay.
I did that?
No, I said maybe. Like if you're like you talked about the polar bears and the problems with the polar bears are interesting to hear about. So just keep in mind what Nathan did. Any of you can do.
I don't think I talked about polar bears. I don't recall talking about polar bears.
Okay, what did you talk about?
I talked about like puffins and whales.
Okay, puffins and whales. I was thinking of the polar bears because it was on that PBS channel that I told you I watched the other night. They had a big thing on. They talked about the polar bears. They were pretty interesting. So keep that in mind. What Nathan did, you can all do. Something that interests you in that country and you want to know more about, you can share it with us because we learn as long as you're learning, we're learning. So Nathan kind of taught us a little bit about inventions in Russia. So keep that in mind, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Serena. I didn't talk to you. You didn't talk all day. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Okay. We'll see you
See
tomorrow.
you tomorrow.
See ya.